Now it's live. And we'll see if we get anybody in here. Hey, Outlaw. Glad you can make it. I didn't think I was going to get anybody because I'm kind of late. Computer was giving me problems. How have you been, Outlaw? You were what? Gonna conk out. Tired? Long day? Did you have to go to work today, Outlaw? Thank you, honey. Yeah, it's a big milestone, 500. Didn't think anybody would watch my stuff, to be honest. Yeah, I hate those slow days. It just makes it for a really long day then. I hate that at work myself when it's slow. Yeah, you are. You're aren't you at 300, Outlaw? Or over 300? 279. So you're almost at 300. I know it's strange, isn't it? It's sometimes a hit and miss. Sometimes you'll do a video or short, we'll get a lot of people to watch it, and the other times it's like 10 people. Yeah, you've gotten a lot of subs actually here recently. You're what, 163 or something like that, and all of a sudden, bam, you hit like 200, and you just keep going. It's strange. It's sometimes like hit and miss on it. You'll get some views, and other times you get no views. It's weird. Erd, what's up, man? Thank you. You got to get on Instagram, Outlaw. So that way people can message you. That way, because I think they just don't want to give you your give their emails over YouTube, which is understandable. What's up, Kingfisher? Yeah, 500 subs. I was just telling Outlaw, I didn't think anybody would watch my stuff. You know, and how weird YouTube is. It's just like hit and miss. You'll do a short and you'll get like 10 people, and then you'll do another one the next day and you're like 1K, 2.5K views. So it's kind of strange. How are you liking your new place, Kingfisher? Oh, I have fun doing it all the time. In fact, I got a new video I've been wanting to do for a while. So I just have to put it together. There's little details I've been working out on. Um, so hopefully everyone likes it and they think it's funny. So yeah, I'll look into Instagram. It's easy. It really is. But yeah, video I got planned. Hopefully people have a sense of humor. Some people just don't. I got to be honest though, Kingfisher, I didn't know where you were cutting was a church because all you see is the windows. I thought maybe it was like, I don't know, apartment complex or something. Which is fine. What's up, Space Ghost? Glad to meet you can make it. Pick a number already. First it's 599, then it's 509, then it's 500. It's like a infomercial. You get it for 599. No, wait, for 509. I'm thinking he did get his name from that. I don't know. I'm speculating. Yep, Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I remember that show. So, Bird, you're going to have a new sword made? Carl, what's up? Glad you can make it. Thanks, Carl. Got the man Carl in here. I didn't. So Cloudhammer does customs, Bird? Because I really haven't looked at their site that much. I know I gotta get me another Wakasashi. I don't have very many. Well, that's never good. Cloudhammer's in a bad way. That never sounds good. I know for a while there, something funky was going on with Hanban, and Yao wasn't responding and whatnot. And then all of a sudden he was back and he's responding. So I don't know, maybe something's going on around there. Who knows? Just strange. Yeah, that doesn't sound good. So why don't you have Murasami do it, Bird? Ray Spannon. That's funny, Carl. Yeah, as long as they can do it, you know. If anything, I mean, making a Shobu, I mean, that's not hard to do. They're almost like a Shinogi Zakuri. By the way, Bird, I might have something, don't know when, coming your way. I'm not going to say what, so don't ask. Yeah, Bird, you love that L6. Yeah, I heard that with Skyjiro. They take a very, very long time, but to make the swords, but I hear it's worth it. But to take that long to respond to you is kind of like not so good. Because yeah, you figure if it's like a month later, they you kind of get the feeling that they just blew you off. You know. Yeah, so you've been waiting, Bird. Yeah, well, I hear LK Chen does some pretty nice stuff too. I've never owned one, so I know that Colta Athena has Sizzle where you can do payments. That could be dangerous. That can be very dangerous. I mean, I don't mind waiting for a sword as long as it comes to me looking really nice. You know, everything nice and super tight. Oh, I'm not saying it's bad, Outlaw. It's just you can get in a lot of debt with that. Is all I'm saying. Yeah, Carl, that's actually pretty good. I don't like really beefy handles on swords. It makes it harder to, like, Kingfisher said, quick transition. And I do like to switch up my cutting and switch from right, slide my hand down, go to my left, and cut with my left. Now, Carl, I've heard good things about Skyjiro. A little pricey, but I've always heard good things about it. I've looked at a few Dragon Kings. That one that Joe did, what they call tactical katana, Dragon King. Actually, that one looked kind of nice. It was kind of sleek looking. Someday, maybe I'll look into a Dragon King or Skyjiro. Statics from a motorcycle. I don't own a motorcycle. My father-in-law does though. I don't know yet. I do not yet know yet what I'm going to do. Unicycle kata. Well, I did do a dinosaur. That's for sure. Yeah, I don't like it outlaw when they use tactical katanas myself, but it sells. And yeah, Bert, I had fun actually when I did that whole dinosaur video. I had a lot of fun with that one. So, in this next video I have planned, we're gonna have a lot of fun making it. There's I actually have to bring in some people to help me with it. So, um, hopefully, my brother can help out. We're gonna have our daughter in it. Um, my wife's gonna be in it, and hopefully, a neighbor around the corner is willing to help us. That's funny, outlaw. Yeah. In fact, I showed people at work, the women in the office, and they suggested one of these days when it's slow, I should put on the dinosaur suit and run through the foundry or not pouring, see what everybody does. Tell them I might do it. I might do it. Carl's got a really big collection. Yeah, I haven't been over to Feelong. I mean, that's the problem. There's so many companies out there that it's like it can be hard to decide who you want to go with, especially when you're going to be spending a lot of money. You know, it's like some companies get absorbed by another one, or they're just a branch of another one. I've noticed that lately. Some are like, you look online at some sword companies and you see the exact same sword from another company, so it makes you kind of wonder. Yep, bird shell companies. So it's like how it's like, can you trust the company or not trust the company? Is one going to have better quality? The other one not going to have better quality? I don't know. And yeah, I've heard of Feelong. Just I never really looked into them. I'll tell you what, the one thing that's really hard to get a good, decent sword on is European, where you're not like breaking the bank. That can get a little sketchy. No, they do. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's like it's nice that some of these sword companies that deal with Asian swords are starting to do them now. But yeah, sometimes it's like it's kind of sketch. And yeah, I mean, it's like Cold Steel does them, Ronin does them, and then sometimes there's still like issues either with fit and finish or the cross guards aren't done very well. It just, and I think it's because they don't deal with them so much making them, whereas they do Asian weapons. Because it is a totally different beast for sure when it comes to European weapons. I would love to get a Kriegermesser. That's for sure. I would love to try one of those out. Oh yeah, Carl, I totally agree. You can find flaws in it. Look at just the antique ones actually from Japan. You'll find a bunch of flaws in those. Oh yeah, I saw you cut with that Jin Kingfisher. That's another sword I want to get. Actually, both my wife and myself want to get a Jin because we actually have a book, and the guy's actually on YouTube too, that teaches you how to use the Jin. Yeah, I've kind of heard some hits and misses with Ronin. I really have. And Outlaw, the best way to figure out Instagram, just play around with it. You're not going to hurt anything. That's for sure. Now, I was surprised when you know, took the plunge and bought that Sawati, and now we have two of them with that wrapping. The only issue I've ever had with that is, and Tone Deaf had the same one, which is kind of disappointing, that with that, I think it has to do with that wrap too, the rope wrap. The Kasha wants to be loose, so you put a little dab of glue on there, and it's like good to go. And that thing, it's just a T10 blade, but you can tell they really did that blade the proper way because it's a beast of a cutter. Everything I've thrown at that thing, it and it's never took a set. It's chipped once, and that was my fault because I just got done building a stand. And stupid me, the end of the 4x4 still had a staple in it. So when I hit that sucker, it hit it and glanced off the staple and it put a little chip in the edge, but I took it out. But other than that, that thing holds an edge like crazy. Yeah, and I'm amazed. I was totally, I mean, amazed at just this. It's like a no name on Amazon. They do have a web page, by the way. Sawadi, they do. It's kind of it's hard to find. Um, but just what they're giving you for the price is not bad at all. Like my Sawadi with the dragonfly on it's real copper. They're copper fittings on there. And then my wife's is brass, the hollow dragon that she has. But out of the box, you don't even have to strop these things out of the box. They are so sharp. I mean, at least that was my experience with them. So they give you money's worth. I don't know, Carl, if they're affiliated or if they're just they're on their own. They're you can find them on Amazon. They do, and the thing is, they do. The other thing I appreciate with them is the Seigyo. Now, some of it you get like what's the Ito, and then you get the thick stuff. Just depends. But they'll do the wrapping on there on the saya traditionally, like they're tontos. They're not in butterfly wrap form. Same with some of their wagasashis. The only thing I would say they could change is make the handles for the wagasashis like they're supposed to be like 6.5 to 7.5 inch length handles, but beggars can't be choosers. But I mean, yeah, for the price, I mean, and now when you go to Sawadi, there's two different companies on there, um, on Amazon though. So, um, if you see my video of like my wife's Sawadi or mine, just look for those images and go to their Amazon page store and you'll find them all. And what you want to do is you want to go into the 150s to 160s. They've got some that are almost $300 and over. So it's not like they just do mid-range pricing. They go a little higher. Yeah, their knots are awesome, Space Ghost. The one I have, I can speak for. Well, actually, the both that we have, I can speak for, which is the Dragonfly one and the Hollow Dragon. Um, they're both good. They're both good. Hang on, I'll get mine real quick. So y'all talk amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm back. So, Carl, this is the one that I always cut with from Sawadi. And it's kind of patinaed over the course I've had it. But like the details on the Suba aren't muddy at all. And then check out that wrap. This wrap has never given me an issue. The only thing that gave me an issue was this Koshra. So I just put some like super glue on it. And then they do elaborate knots like that on the saya. And then the back of the saya is actually rounded. Now, this is not, I don't think it's real bullhorn, it's just plastic. But this blade is a freaking beast. Like I said, I've thrown a lot at this thing. I have even taken like beach mats and put a 1/4 inch bamboo in it, soaked it, and it just zipped right through it like it was nothing. Like I said, the only time I had a chip out was when I hit that staple. And it didn't take me long to take the chip out because I use those Kuramakus. Those are really good sharpening stones. And this thing, after you sharpen it, it'll hold an edge for a long time. So that tells me that it's a T10 blade, that they know what they're doing. Oh yeah, for $165 without tax and everything, you can't beat it. That's like awesome. Actually, if you guys want to see my wife's Sawati, I can get that one really quickly too. That one's nice too. It has the same knot, but it's blue. And the eater wrap is the same way, but it's blue. It's pretty nice. Yeah, and then the grip, the way this is shaped, I mean, it just sits nice in the hands. I mean, it's the shape of this ska is just nice. So it goes fat and then it just tapers down, but it's not like it's just comfortable feel in the hand. Besides the Koshra getting loose, none of this up here has ever gotten loose at all. And I have hit the side of my stand with the blade, and nothing's ever came loose. It's all stayed tight on there. Oh yeah, like I said, $160. You can't beat that at all. And then my wife's, they call it the hollow dragon. It's got a dragonfly. Everyone, you probably guys seen it already. It's all hollow, the Suba, but it's got a dragonfly on it. So that's hers. But the Suba, I think, is brass. Yeah, Kingfisher. I mean that eater wrapping is insane. I actually watched a video on that, and it's a, let me see here. It's like a 6-strand wrap on that. So each side comes around and makes a total of 6. That can't be easy to do at all. But like I said, I've never had an issue. Little spots here and there might get a little loose, but it's never like something serious. And I love, that's like, my Sawati is like my go-to a lot of times. Oh, I would take the Sawati. Don't get me wrong. I like my Kugurasu. But I would take my Sawati. In fact, I got to break out my Cougar also and do some more cutting with that. Oh, yeah, because my Swati is never let me down. Not once. You know. Oh, they've got it. Gerbs, what's up? Glad you can make it. Let's see here. Let me see if I can't find one of theirs. And then they have a couple of oh, they must not have them on there now. They do have one that's, because I'm looking on here, 289. They did have some almost 300. So they may not have them anymore. Carl, I'm not sure if they customize. You could try messaging them and find out. Thank you, Gerbs. Yeah, I was amazed. I just woke up the next day and I had 500 subs. So I was like, wow, people must like my stuff. But yeah, Carl, I'd try and figure out how to message them because I never have and see if they'll do a custom for you. They might. I don't know. Oh, that's Kuan Yin. Yeah, that's who that is. That's Kuan Yin. Yeah, Kuan, and then Yin, Yin. She is part of Buddhist traditions. The felines are sleeping right now. Actually, no, Tomo's looking out at cat TV right now, which is, if you don't know what cat TV is, it's the window. And then her brother Harley is sleeping, which he's doing really good, by the way. He's being a cat. Unfortunately, Gerbs, we can't really have treats because Harley will puke him up. He has a sensitive stomach. Don't know if it's just the way he was or if it was a cause from him having cancer. So we don't really carry treats. They do get ham time though during the week when my wife makes my sandwich, so they're all gathered around for that. Just don't have a rotisserie chicken around with Tomo because she'll want it. Yeah, they are. Yeah, people aquarium, right? That's a good one, Bird. It's kind of funny and in a way kind of sad when because since Harley had to have his leg amputated, he can't scratch his right ear. So we do it for him because he used their back legs to do it. So when we scratch him, those muscles are still attached to where his leg used to be, and you see his hip moving like this. But yeah, we're just really happy that we were able to save him. Just the poor doctor. We took him to had a heck of a time figuring out what was wrong with him because that form of cancer is so rare in cats. But now he's like hell energetic, except for right now. Now he's sleeping. Yeah, he's much happier now. Yes, they do, Gerbs. Um, Tomo's like half the time attached to my hip when I'm home. The nice thing though is Tomo is now pretty much back to the way she was with her brother before he got sick. So, which is kind of nice. We didn't know if that was going to happen or not, or if she was going to be real standoffish for a long time. And then our daughter, when she moved back in, she brought her cat, which, full grown. And he likes to charge Tomo sometimes, and she doesn't like that. So her brother Harley gets up and tries to kick the crap out of him. Yeah, cats will do that, Kingfisher. Keep him inside for a while is what you need to do. So he gets acclimated fully to your house and where you're living. Yeah, he is outlaw. Now he's a great cat. Yep. So Kingfisher, try and keep him inside for right now. I know, I know, but they say at least for like 2 to 3 weeks you should keep them in when you move somewhere new, because then they're still picking up the scents from outside, so they get used to that environment you just put them in. Animals do need a little bit more time to adjust. Otherwise, they're just going to go right back because they're more familiar to those scents in that area. That's why. It's funny. We have cats and they're still considered a wild animal, believe it or not. They're not actually, in a way, they're considered domesticated, but they're still a wild animal, if that makes sense. Oh, you can train cats, gerbs to do all kinds of things. They're actually a really fun animal to have around. Yet the felines are doing their thing. In fact, right now I'm watching Tomo looking at the blinds deal that closes the blinds, swing back and forth in hopes that she doesn't jump on my blinds. That's cool, Gerbs. That sounded like a cool cat. Cool looking cat. Tomo, no. Just going after your camera. Okay.
She's going after the blinds.
Yeah, I thought so. Yep. She's going after our blinds. Well, yeah, cats, even though we've domesticated them, that's why they're still considered wild animals, because their hunting instincts never left. They always have them. Oh yeah, cats are the boss. Yes, all the time. Yeah, here we go. There she is. Tomo. Did she take you away from there? Huh? You upset now? And there she goes. A little stinker. She is a tortoise. Tortoiseshell. And it's funny because her brother has a spot on his nose. One black little spot kind of on his nose. The rest of him is just orange and white. And males are never a tortoise shell. If they are, then they're sterile. They're always a female. As long as cats have food and water and not a high traffic of predators, because cats are predator and prey, then they'll be fine. Like I said before, reason why if you pet a cat from above, they scrunch their body down, because hawks will pick them up. So it's their instinct to lower the body down to the ground automatically for survival. That's why cats just do that naturally. When you go to pet them, they'll kind of lower their whole body. Oh yeah, I watched this one video. It was crazy. A cat will win a fight against like a rattlesnake, a cobra, because of the speed that they can do is faster than what the snake can do. I forget how fast a cat can move, but it's insane. Of course, they can also jump 6 times higher than their body length, and that's a regular household cat. a good thing my cats don't know how to do that. They'd be getting into all kinds of shit. Hey, girl. Hey. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi. Thanks, Gerbs. Have a good dinner. Now, cats are cool. And they're quiet. I like my neighbor's dog. Although, we found out actually if we talk to their dog, he'll kind of like settle down. And how we found this out was we rebuilt the fence between our house and their house. And he was like, oh, yeah, he barks because he literally barks, he said, because the fence is there. And he can't see that well who's on the other side. But he says, other than that, he won't hurt you. If he got into your yard, he says he won't. He's never bit anybody or anything. All right, Carl. We'll see you later. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. And yeah, let me know too, Carl, if you're able to get a hold of Sawadi and they're gonna do custom, let us all know. That'd be kind of cool to know. Be interesting to see what they can do. So, Bird, how's that Unibaka you had Murasami do with the deep sori? Not sure, Outlaw, because I don't watch anime, so I couldn't answer that. You haven't used it yet? Oh, come on. What's the point having it if you're not going to use it? Okay, so I'll throw something out. Y'all give me your thoughts on it. Okay. I'm gonna assume all of you here have seen the original Highlander movie. with Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. Oh, I'm giving. Hey, he's got plenty of time. Yep, Bird and Glancy Brown. Okay, so I've been kind of following this and reading on it. The remake. They're going to be doing a remake of Highlander, the original. We're not talking about the other two movies. Those are, yeah. And who also plays Mr. Krabs. So it's going to be the writer and director of John Wick who is going to be doing the movies, and Henry Cavill from Witcher. Now, from my understanding, Henry Cavill is a big fan of the original. So, from what I've read, this is what they want to do to stay. They're going to stay true to the story, but they want to elaborate more on McLeod's timeline leading up to the ending of the first movie. So basically, they're going to do. Each movie will be a different time period of him. So, and at the same time, they want to elaborate more on some of the other characters. Like you always see these other characters in the original Highlander, like the black guy, if you remember him, who fought Kurgan. You really don't know who he is. He just shows up. So they kind of don't want to cram everything into one movie, like kind of like what they did with Highlander because they were limited. So what's you guys' thoughts? That would be Witcher Outlaw. That's funny. Will played by Willie Nelson. And the reason why Henry Cavill left Witcher is because the writer decided to change the story and wasn't following the books anymore. And they were going in a totally different direction. So he left Witcher. He's no longer going to be in it anymore. That's why they had to get a new actor for Geralt. But yeah, he's already signed up, I guess, to do the remake of Highlander. See, my wife has never seen the original Highlander, the first movie. Yeah, I've never seen Venom 2. I've seen the first one. It was pretty good. Yeah, you got Space Ghost. You need to see the whole thing of Highlander, the original film. because the original is pretty damn good, and it was a very unique and different story. Fun fact though, watch the very fight scene very very closely all the way up until the climax when he drops the sword. Watch that scene very very closely. I'm not going to tell you what happens, just pay attention. Hopefully you catch it. Yeah, it's a good watch, Space Ghost. Yes, Kingfisher, I agree. Everything's a remake of comic books. I'll be the first to say I'm tired of superhero movies. I really am. Yep. Kind of bored with them. There are some that are kind of funny and great to watch and everything like that, but it's like they've kind of killed it. Now, which one, Bird of 13 Assassins? The original or the remake? I've seen the remake. I haven't seen the original. And the remake was pretty damn good. I like that one. But yeah, the remake 13 Assassins was actually very well done. In fact, that guy does some really good movies. He really, really does. The only movie I would say don't watch, I mean, you can't even want to. It's pretty messed up. Hang on a second. I can't remember the name, so let me look it up. I think he did it. Yeah. It's a short film. It's only like 30 minutes long, and it's called Imprint. Yeah. That is a really messed up film. And yeah, you'll be a little disturbed after watching that. Yeah, I haven't seen Bird, the remake of Zadachi, but the guy who played him is actually a really good Japanese actor too. He's been around for a long time. He did a lot of cop and yakuza films. In fact, he plays the teacher in Battle Royale. That's the same guy. If you've ever seen Battle Royale. I actually found the book. I didn't buy it. Of Battle Royale. It's that thick. It's a big book because it goes really in depth into each character, leading up to what they have to do. But yeah, the guy played in the remake, played in Battle Royale in a bunch of movies. In fact, I think the remake he directed too. He directed that, I think. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, I can see that. Kingfisher. A lot of things, yeah, have already been done. Like the same story. Well, when you think about it, okay, when it comes to stories in plays, they're heavily the what's the word I'm looking for? The format that's the way it's done is based off of Shakespeare, actually. He set the standards, how plays and movies, the structure of it should be. And yeah, unfortunately, a lot of things have been done. Everything's been done. So it takes a really good creative mind to come up with a more unique and original story. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same story over and over and over again. That's why I like movies that kind of have a twist to it, because at least they're trying then to change it up. I think I've heard of that. I'm not 100% sure. And of course, then there's Ron. If you haven't seen Ron, you need to see it. And to us, it looks like Ran, R-A-N, but in Japanese it's pronounced Ron because it means in Japanese chaos. Then there's another one. What's it called? I think it's called The Floating Castle. The Floating Castle movie. That one's, it's a fictitious story, but it's actually also based on a real event, if that makes sense to everyone. Tell you what, though, they can also make some really creep you out movies too. Like my wife really liked Ju-on. Now, not The Grudge, because that's the American one, but Ju-on, the original. And the funny thing is the way they make their way Japanese make some of their horror films is actually based off their folklore, is how they make them. Okay. So here. I'm going to be. All right, everyone. So I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to get off of here. Well, maybe Outlaw. Maybe. So, like I said, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you again for showing up. I appreciate it. And hopefully I can start working on my little movie project this weekend. Because it's going to take a lot of editing. So, to put together. So, you guys keep an eye out for that one. We need more dinosaur. Well, unfortunately, in this one, there will not Kingfisher. But you never know, in the future, he will be back. Sprinkles will be back. Yeah. Yep. Likes reggae music and human sushi. All right. And on that note, guys, take it easy. And thank you again.